Welcome back to the series where I go in depth with each of the legendaries in the game and I'll tell you what you need to know about. In today's video, we'll be going over the Brainstormer, as this is one of the most powerful weapons in the game at this point for Mayhem 4, as it has a lot of utilities and it's pretty good at clearing mobs. Before we get into it, to farm for this weapon, you're going to go to Promethea and you're going to head over to the Scout Wall 27 and you're going to be farming Katagawa balls. So he's going to be in this little boss arena right here. You're going to make your way all the way up through here, and he's going to be down here in the little arena. Katagawa ball is a pretty easy farm, as there's like a checkpoint in here, and you can just keep farming over and over again, and this is definitely one that you want to get. So the red text of the Brainstormer says, let's put our heads together, and that gives a pretty good hint at what the gun is going to do. So the legendary effect for this gun is that when you shoot an enemy, they basically chain lightning to another enemy, and then that lightning can chain and that can chain, and you just have a lot of chain lightning going on, and it connects everybody together. This gun can come in different archetypes. As most shotguns, this has times 14 and times 7. The times 14 normally you're going to shoot 2 ammo per shot, but it does the most damage per shot, while the times 7 is just going to shoot 1 ammo per shot, but you have a lot more ammo because it's only going to consume 1. These two different archetypes can completely change the way you play the game, depending on how you use them. The Brainstormer is by far one of the best legendary shotguns in the game. It is used in a lot of Mayhem 4 builds now, especially on Amara, even Flak, and we'll talk about that, as it is straight up very, very good for clearing mobs and proccing certain perks in the game. Now, talking about perks, it's very good on Amara because of perks she has, like sustainment down here, as every single bit of gun damage you do, elemental gun damage, heals you. So you're doing a lot of elemental damage and you're basically just having max health forever. You can also pair the Brainstorm with stuff like infusion. That is going to make you it's going to make it do even more than just shock. You can also be doing shock and fire, which just shreds through enemies on Mayhem 4. And you can add stuff like Tempest that is going to allow you to do even more elemental damage, and it becomes to a point where it just destroys things. Now, if you're going to be using Amara, I recommend using a times 7 one, simply because you can get lifesteal a whole lot more because you have a lot more ammo at your dispense. But if you want to go for straight damage and try to kill things, just go times 14. For most builds, I recommend times 7, as it just helps out with lifesteal. Now, if we head over to somebody like Flak, you can use the Brainstormer and pair it with something like Head Count, which is going to make every single critical hit you do have a 30% chance to reduce your cooldowns by 2 seconds. You compare that with Megavore, which every time you hit somebody, you have a 20% chance to crit somebody, and this is fixed now in the latest patch. That pair with the Brainstormer is critting everything, and you're just getting cooldowns back insanely quick, to a point where it rarely even has to cool down at all, and that's very, very good, especially with something like his rack build out now. With this new class mod, you can have a lot of racks easily with this build. Now, another thing that the Brainstormer is also very good at, that I don't see a lot of people talking about, it can be pretty good at boss DPS if you have enemies around you. For certain things like Mild 1 Takedown, when you're on the first boss and they're all grouped up, you can use the Brainstormer and it just straight shreds their shields off. And even after that, when they come down, especially on the end phase, they're all grouped back up, you can shred their health down and they immediately die. Especially if you pair with something like Infusion and Corrosive, it melts the enemies. At some points, I'll literally just let the enemies live long enough, and I'll just, slide around so they can't shoot me, and let the boss come down and phase lock the boss. Everything connects, and you're just doing the same amount of damage with the Brainstormer hitting everybody, the link target sharing damage. It is actually crazy at how effective it is. But even if you don't use it like that, it's still very, very good at stripping shields off people, getting your cooldowns back, and doing damage if you spec for it right. I would definitely rate the Brainstormer as a top tier legendary that everyone should be trying to get. I hope you guys can get it. Anyway, that's what it all for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.